Hey, Dad, you here? Ooh. Hey.
Well, hey, real fans. Welcome back to another episode of Getting Back on Track with Steve.
And Roxy. Well, that was a lot of fun. But in all seriousness, it's finally time to put ground cover on this layout.
And with that being said, let's get this work done.
So to get this party started, we need to clear the deck. That means removing all the trees and the bridge.
And getting everything vacuumed up. We had quite a bit of fallout from the trees being there. We're still experimenting with what kind of adhesives to hold the flocking on.
It's kind of surprising to me how much vibration the trains make as they're running through there. So it's like shedding needles like it naturally would out in the woods.
I kind of like that sometimes, though.
Yeah. So our first layer, we're using PVA glue, and we're just going to spread it on nice even coverage. And we're going to use our sifted sand. This goes on pretty easy.
So the type of sand we're using is tube sand, the kind you would get at the hardware store for weighing down your truck in the winter.
Yeah, I used a sieve and went ahead and sifted this all down to get anything large out. Surprisingly, almost all of it went right through my sieve. I had very little left. But it's got some real fine powder dirt in here, along with the grains of sand and some larger little pieces. So I think it works great for an initial ground cover. It looks really good, I think.
I like the texture it's adding.
Yeah. We weren't too concerned about getting this down into the river area because we're going to vacuum all the loose stuff up. It's funny, that tube sand, you buy it in a 60-pound tube. And there's enough sand I could do everybody's layout.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we'll just keep moving on down. We want to get the slope and everything covered with the sand. And PVA seems to work pretty good for doing this part here.
Yeah, we got fairly good coverage with this.
Yeah, I don't think we had to worry too much about getting too much on there. Because the stuff that's going to stick is what comes in contact with our PVA. Everything else, we'll just suck it up with the vacuum.
And we can reuse it.
Yeah, absolutely. The hard part was getting it on the slope.
So this part we tried with our smaller vacuum. The sand's a little heavy, so it was a challenge to get very much up at a time. Our shop vac does a slightly better job of picking up these heavy materials.
Yeah, we're using a nylon hoodie on the tube so that we can reclaim all the materials, so we're not just sucking it up into the vacuum. We can dump it into the bucket and reuse it again. Of course, we're being careful to make sure we're not leaving any of this stuff up in the tracks. So here it is the next day, everything's set up, and I'm vacuuming up the loose sand. And it looks like we've stuck down pretty good. So I like the coverage. I even like the color. Because it comes out looking a bit dark once it gets in contact with that glue.
Yeah, it was a little concerning the first time we did it, whether it would lighten up the way we wanted it to.
Yeah. So now we're going to get on to our next layer for the ground cover. And here we're going to use the PVA glue again. Just spread a bunch of it out. And we're going to use our sawdust that we saved up from building the bench work.
So we've been collecting this all along anytime we have to cut up wood for the layout. We have a big old bucket of it, and it is just the perfect color for our layout. It really works out well this way.
Yeah, and I think this is supposed to replicate kind of a woodsy area where they got a lot of wood debris and stuff on the ground over time. So you'll be able to see some of this through the grass, and I think it's a pretty good look. So all this sawdust we swept up, and we sifted the heck out of it too, to make sure to get dog hairs and everything. Get it all out.
It's funny though, because when I look real close, you can see little bits of pink foam, because man, that pink foam gets everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we use the saws to cut straight, long pieces of foam, because you can get a nice, even, clean cut.
Well, and there's kind of a static to the foam, so it makes the dust from it just stick to everything.
Yeah. So we made sure to put the glue on kind of patchy. We want a patchy effect with this sawdust. And there'll be a lot of areas where where you see sand outside of it that we might, be some scraggly looking bushes growing out of there, or rocks, or. So this vacuums up a lot easier than the sand did too.
It does. It's much lighter.
But I am using my bigger vac for this.
And we decided, since it's such a big layout, it's overwhelming to think about doing all the ground cover at once, that we choose a section of the layout at a time and just roll forward one section at a time.
So now I want to take, and we're going to use scenic cement. First we go through and we use wet water, soak everything down, and that helps break the surface tension. And then I'm using a 3-to-1 mix of PVA glue and spraying that on. And we'll let this set up overnight, and that'll seal all that sawdust right on in.
So now we're all dry, and it's time to get out the Static King and start in on the static grass on the layout.
So I was over at Hobby Lobby and saw they had a really good price on this bottle of Mod Podge. So I thought I would try the Mod Podge first to see if it was any better. Now, everything I've seen on YouTube and read, they say that if you use PVA glue, that you need to do very small areas, because PVA will actually get a skin on it and cause the static grass to just kind of bounce and not stand up stick. So I thought we'd try it with Mod Podge, see if we noticed any difference.
Did you notice that it worked better?
It's really hard to say. Because I think the PVA, when we did it, when we were testing it out, seemed to work pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, I was doing very small spots. So
we're also moving forward on our test pieces before anything dried.
Yeah.
So that kind of made a difference too.
But I think using Mod Podge, I was a little more comfortable putting it down in larger areas than I would have been with the PVA. So I think in the case where you got a lot of area to cover, this might be better to use Mod Podge. It's definitely more expensive.
So if any of you know where we can find a deal on Mod Podge, we're all ears.
This bottle here, off the top of my head, I can't tell you how big that is, but it was like $6.90 for the bottle.
Right. So. And you used most of it here, didn't you?
No, I got a lot of it left.
Oh, good.
I didn't use that much. But I'm also going to experiment using it for scenic cement too, and a 3-to-1 ratio, and see if it sprays better than what the PVA does.
Yeah.
Really hard to find a really good mister that'll handle the PVA.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that Mod Podge might work a little better.
I like how the mixture of the burnt grass, colored grass, and the light green grass is working on the layout.
Yeah. So you see the probe here, I'm using a piece of 12 gauge copper wire And everything I've been able to figure out and see, I watched a video where a guy tried various methods with the probe. And he was able to show with his experimentation that if you can keep the probe within an inch or so of the static king in the general area, it works really well. So I just went through and just used the copper wire and just kept it underneath that applicator the whole time. It seems like it worked pretty good.
It does.
Get our trees up there in place so we can get an idea of what this is going to look like. Yeah.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think this is going to be looking pretty good, and we can start expanding from here.
I'm excited to finally have some ground cover on the layout.